Hello, welcome to Jason the Old Millennial. My name is Jason, speaking to you here in my basement in the great state of Kansas. And welcome to the first video of 2025. Yeah, a new year. We're into January now of 2025. Glad to come to you again and start talking more about movies and music with everybody, and hopefully have another good year on the channel. Yeah, and so I thought I would start off by talking about movies that are coming out in 2025 and a top 10 most anticipated movies of this year, because at the end of last year, in fact, like the last month or so, I decided to go to I haven't hardly gone to the movie theater last year. I only went to 4 movies in the movie theater. But I went and saw Sonic 3 in the movie theater, and I did a review that day. It got like 240 views, which is good for my channel. And so it kind of made me think like, I need to do more movie reviews and actually go to the theater, because I feel like that's doing better views and all that, and more interesting. I did a Complete Unknown as well. That got like 70 views or something, to 80 views. So it's still not bad for me. So I've been thinking a lot about going to the movie theater more often this year, making a bigger thing on my channel is to actually go see the new movies that come out in the theater and do the reviews that day anyways, and all that anyway. So hopefully that'll get more views on my channel, help the channel out. So since I'm planning on going to more movies, I thought it'd be a good time to talk about what movies I'll probably go see this year, what ones I'm kind of looking forward to. And there's so many movies that are coming out that are coming out, so who knows what's going to come out on top. But anyways, that's what I'm doing on this video today anyway, so hope you enjoy what my thoughts are on this year in movies. Hello everybody, hope everybody's doing well here on a Saturday night. It is currently, we're currently in a snowstorm here in Kansas. I'm in north, well, even I think most of Kansas, at least the east part of Kansas I know is getting hit hard. Right now it's like sleeting, ice and sleet outside, and I'm sure by the time I wake up tomorrow morning, there'll be a lot of snow, because we're supposed to get a bunch of snow, so it's that time of the year where we get tons of snow and it's a blizzard, and it's something I always dread every year. I especially dread now because the house I live in, it's really hard to get out of my area because I'm kind of in between like 2 hills, and so if it's too icy, I can't get out. So hopefully by the time I have to go to work tomorrow night, hopefully the roads are better. So I pray that I can get out of my area and get to work okay. I'm a little scared of that, but anyway, so yeah, there's a lot going on around here. Hopefully my power doesn't go out. Hopefully I can, that stays on. That's what I'm worried about as well. So we'll see. Hopefully we can endure today and tomorrow the bad weather, and hopefully it'll be okay by then. Anyways, enough of that. Now, talking about movies that come out this year, thought I'd do a little bit of top 10. And talk about some movies. I was looking up what big movies are coming out and what movies I'll probably go to the theater and see, because I want to do more movie reviews. So first I was going to start by talking about movies that aren't in my top 10 that I think I might go see in the movie theater that looked a little interesting. First, I saw a trailer for this movie when I went and saw, I think, Complete Unknown, and that's called Love Hurts, which has Ki-Hu Kwan in it, and it's supposed to be kind of an action comedy, it looks like. It seems like a kind of common one where it's like, oh, guy's just a regular guy, but he has a past where he used to be, a killer or something like that. So we're kind of getting that here, but it's Ki-Hu Kwan who's playing the main part, so that's kind of interesting. The trailer looked kind of interesting, so I'm kind of interested. This is coming out, I think, February, kind of around Valentine's Day anyway. So yeah, I'm kind of interested in seeing that one. Flight Risk is a movie, I think, coming out this month even, that has like Mark Wahlberg in it. It looks like they're, in the mountains or something. There's a flight gone wrong or something. So it looks like an interesting action adventure movie. I'd be interested in. Novocaine, I don't know much about it except I just saw the premise, and it's like it looks like a kind of action comedy as well. I put Minecraft movie on here. I'm actually kind of interested in it because I saw a trailer for it again when I saw like Sonic 3 or something like that. And I thought the second trailer actually was actually pretty good. The first trailer was a little like, what is this movie? I didn't understand like what the plot is, what's going on. The second trailer shows a little bit more of the plot, and Jack Black's like the main character. And it looks kind of like a fun adventure movie. So I'm kind of on board with it now. I'm like, okay, I'm kind of interested. It could be terrible. Definitely could be, but it could be fun. That's fine with me. We're gonna get a Lilo and Stitch live. We're getting a lot of live action this year, actually. Lilo and Stitch being one of them. Kind of a, I don't know if you want to call it classic. Fairly popular, I think. Animated Disney animated movie from the 2000s. In fact, my 9-year-old niece, really loves Lilo and Stitch. She has some Lilo and Stitch like merchandise that she wears, like shirts and stuff. So I think it's still pretty popular. Stitch especially is very popular. I think this could be, I'm not super crazy about live action remakes, especially if good. What I really don't like is when they take a really great Disney movie, anime movie, and make a live action where it's like, we didn't need a live action. The anime movie is just like perfect as it is. Lilo and Stitch, though, is one where I like it. I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. I just barely kind of like it. And really, it's just like the second half of the movie, I think, is actually pretty good. The first half is kind of boring. But Stitch is a great character. I love Stitch. I think that really makes the movie. And what I'm kind of interested in the live action is I think they can actually improve on the movie. So we'll see what happens there. I have here Captain America, Brave New World. It's not in my top 10 just because Marvel movies and stuff have been doing really bad lately. And this one has a lot of red flags around it because it's supposed to come out, I think, last year or something like that. I think they delayed it a bunch. They actually rewrote a lot of the movie and they added a new character that wasn't added in the original. So they've done so many rewrites and reshoots that it kind of makes you wonder, oh no, they must have saw the first draft of the movie and thought this is bad, we got to rewrite it. So there's a lot of red flags there. And I'm not super crazy, but I didn't like the the Winter Soldier, Falcon Winter Soldier show that came out. I didn't like the show mostly because it was so full of racial politics that I was like, I didn't really need racial politics in my superhero movie. I wanted a good, action film or TV show, with good characters. And I feel like they lean too heavy on politics. And so it makes me kind of scared, of like, what's this movie? And I know, I feel like it's getting a lot of bad buzz so far. But anyways, I'll still probably go out and see it just because it's going to be a big movie. The Bad Guys 2, I wasn't a big fan of Bad Guys, which is a DreamWorks animated movie, but it did well and it was nominated, I think, for an Oscar for anime movie. So maybe I'll go see the second one. I don't know why. The first one didn't click with me, but, again, it's DreamWorks. DreamWorks did a really good movie this last year with the Wild Robot, so I might see that one. One of the weirdest titles or weirdest ideas for me is The Naked Gun. Yeah, we're coming out with a Naked Gun movie, which I'm a big fan of the Naked Gun trilogy with Leslie Nielsen. It's one of the best parody movie trilogies of all time. Especially the first two are so good. Like gold standards for like how to do a spoof movie or a parody movie. And so we're getting another Naked Gun, but this time with Liam Neeson. Like Liam Neeson, yeah, the guy that, does these action movies like Taken and so forth. And how old is he now? He's getting kind of old, but Leslie Nielsen's kind of, older as well. Leslie Nielsen was interesting because he had the looks of a leading man, but yet had great slapstick comedy about him. Liam Neeson, he's a very serious actor. I don't really see him do comedy that well, so I'm like, I don't know, that's such a weird casting. I don't see how it's going to work. Yet I'm kind of curious because I'm such a big fan of the other ones. But anyways, we're getting a Nobody 2, sequel to the first Nobody, which is fairly popular. I think most people like the first Nobody movie. I forget the name of the actor. It's a comedic actor playing the lead part. He's playing kind of an action character, but I feel like the first movie didn't work because Bob Odenkirk, who played the main character, he didn't feel like a good action star, And that's the whole idea, I think, is like they're trying to get someone who doesn't look like an action guy and make him the action hero. And that didn't work for me. We're also getting Michael this year, the Michael Jackson biopic with his nephew playing Michael Jackson. And I'm a little torn between this because I have problems with Michael Jackson because it's like he might be a child pedophile. There's lots of people that have come out against him. So I'm like, I kind of stay away from Michael Jackson's music because of that, because I don't want to support somebody that might be a pedophile. So it's like part of me is like, I don't really want to support a movie, but I don't know. It's gonna be a big movie, I'm sure, and maybe I'll go see it. The Running Man, another interesting remake. And it's like, how are you gonna make that movie without Arnold Schwarzenegger? That was just a another fun I want to say '80s maybe action movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And now we got Glenn Powell, which I really like Glenn Powell. I think he's one of my favorite actors now. Hitman was so good, and he did so good in it. He's obviously not as big and as commanding as Arnold Schwarzenegger, but he's a very good actor, and he's still in very good shape. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm curious, but I'm not sure what we're getting with this one. We're getting Avatar: Fire and Ash, so a third Avatar movie coming out. It's starting to come out these a little more frequently than before. The first two Avatars got nominated for Best Picture, and they both were the biggest box office movie of that year. Avatar, if you don't remember, Avatar: The Way of Water actually beat Mission Impossible or Top Gun Maverick, whatever. I said Mission Impossible, Top Gun Maverick. It beat that out, which was surprising kind of to me because it's like this 3-hour movie. And of course, the first Avatar movie is maybe still the biggest box office movie of all time. So I'm not crazy about them. They're a little too long. They're about these big blue aliens. I don't care about the big blue aliens. I don't hate them, but it doesn't excite me. But I don't know. It's like, will I go see it? We'll see. And the last movie I'm going to talk about is Wicked for Good, the second Wicked movie. And if you saw my movie review for Wicked, I was not a fan of Wicked. I don't know. I didn't care for the first half, or the music, the story didn't work for me. The characters were kind of blah. So I'm not looking forward to a second one, but if it's anything like the first one, it'll probably make money. And again, Wicked probably get nominated for some Oscars. So I don't know. I'll probably still have to go see it. It's like I said, since I'm kind of committed to seeing more movies anyways. But yeah, so those are some of the big movies coming out this year that are in my top 10, but definitely ones I'm keeping my eye on. So let's get to my top 10 most anticipated movies. And again, some of these I'm not like maybe super anticipated, but I made the top 10, so I have to put something in here. But number 10, I put Fantastic Four. And again, like, not necessarily like super looking forward to this movie, but of course I put something at number 10. And this is definitely one that's getting a lot of big buzz. Because we tried Fantastic Four twice, and I feel like we did two movies, I don't know, with Chris Evans as the fire guy, and Ian Groford or whatever his name is as Mr. Fantastic. Like those were just kind of campy kind of 2000s movies that didn't really work for me personally. Though I said they made two of them, so I think they probably did okay. But I don't know, a little too campy. And then they came out with the one with Miles Teller, and that one really bombed. It was one of the biggest bomb movies ever. I still haven't seen it. I just know it did really bad. So now we're trying Fantastic Four a third time, trying hopefully third time's a charm here with another franchise. So I'm kind of curious because Fantastic Four is a good, comic book superhero team. I used to read the comics as a kid, actually. I was actually a big fan of Fantastic Four, so I would love to see a good Fantastic Four movie. So I'm kind of hopeful on this one. Who knows, because superhero movies haven't been doing very well lately, but who knows? I can hope for the best here. So I put Fantastic Four at number 10. Number 9, I got Jurassic World Rebirth. Yeah. I was not aware that there's going to be a new Jurassic World movie coming out. I haven't really seen anything about this. I just know Scarlett Johansson's in this one. And it sounds like the ones from the trilogy aren't in here, like Chris Pratt I don't think is in here, and a lot of those characters. So I'm guessing we're getting a whole new type of character. So I don't know if there's any connection between this and the other Jurassic World movies and Jurassic Park movies. Of course, I love that because I'm actually a big fan of the Jurassic Park movies. That's why I put this at number 9, even though it's like I really don't know anything about this. I would say 5 of the 6 movies I really like. Like the original trilogy, I really like that trilogy. Really good. I really like Jurassic World and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I think are actually really good movies as well. The third movie I saw in the theater, actually, the Dominion, I thought was horrible. So it's like, what a terrible way to end that trilogy. So it's like, if they can make a new one and that will be better than the last one, maybe they can save this Jurassic World Park series. And I'm all for people getting eaten by dinosaurs, getting be chased by dinosaurs. I don't know why. It's fun seeing people get, that thrills of, oh my gosh, how they getting out of the situation. The big scary dinosaurs. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So I'm kind of interested in this one. So that's why I put it at number 9. Number 8, I have How to Train Your Dragon. The live action remake of the DreamWorks classic. How to Train Your Dragon is my favorite DreamWorks movie at the moment. I absolutely love that movie. When I saw it in theater, it was one of the great movie experiences because I saw it in 3D. And the flying scenes in 3D are the greatest 3D scenes I've ever seen in my life. Like, I still think about that and think, gosh, I've never gotten a 3D moment like that where it's like, man, I feel like I was really flying. Like, those flying scenes were so fun and amazing. And the score, it's one of my favorite musical scores. It's so good, by Powell, I believe his name is. And so it's like, why do we need to make a live action? Because the anime movie is like perfect to me. It's like so great. So it's like, I don't know, what is this going to bring anything different to the table? I don't know, but I guess I'm like, I love the cartoon, the animated movie so much that I'm kind of curious what they're going to do with the live action. And again, if they give me some good flying scenes, a good musical score, I think I can enjoy this as well. So we'll see here at number 8. Number 7, I have Mortal Kombat 2. I don't think I've heard a lot of people talk about this movie, but the first Mortal Kombat movie that they this kind of new franchise they made. In fact, it seemed like it's a couple of years ago. I feel like it's taken a little while to make a sequel. I thought maybe they weren't going to make any more because it felt like it took so long. But I thought the first one was okay. I think there's definitely mainly the main character. The main character is a really blah. He's not in the video games, and he's a really nothing main character. And I thought that was the big problem with that first movie. But I think it was shot pretty well. I think the fight scenes are actually really well done. I love the Scorpion, fight with, and I'm forgetting the name of these characters, but the blue ninja that shoots ice, I thought that fight scene was really cool and how they brought those. And again, I'm a big Mortal Kombat fan from the 90s. I had the first 2 video games on Super Nintendo. So, like, I'm a longtime fan of the video game series Mortal Kombat. So, I'm kind of curious what they can do with this series. And again, I thought the first movie was okay. I was kind of curious. It's because it was kind of they didn't get into the actual tournament fighting. They just the first movie is really just a big intro to this world and kind of setting up the characters and setting up, all this, the bad guy and all this. And so I thought it was kind of a cool idea. Like, okay, we're not going to hit you with the tournament right away. We're just going to hit you with like an intro. And maybe this one will get more into the tournament, or I don't know what they're going to do, but add some more characters. There's a lot more Mortal Kombat characters to be added here. Like Johnny Cage is the big one I know is going to be in this one. So yeah, I'm actually interested in this. I like to see if they can, because this is one of the most, this and Street Fighter 2, like the most 2 popular fighting video games of all time. I mean, absolute classics. And so I do, in my heart, I would love to see a good adaptation of these fights, a good action adaptation, because I love action movies. I love martial arts movies. So this is, one of those movies. If you do it right, it's my kind of movie. So that's why I'm looking forward to this Mortal Kombat 2. And number 7 on my list. Number 6, I have Thunderbolts, actually. Yeah, Thunderbolts, I'm much more looking forward to than Captain America. And I think it's because if you've seen my channel, I like when you get a bunch of misfits together, because I said this before when I was talking about Borderlands, actually, and I give a good review to Borderlands, is like, I love the idea of getting a bunch of misfits together and then have them work as a team, like Guardians of the Galaxy is another, Suicide Squad. I like those movies because I love the idea of getting these people that shouldn't maybe work together, but then they have to work together and they all have different skills that helps out the team. And I love the idea of putting a team together. I don't know. So there's a lot there I kind of like as far as, and the characters. I think the characters are really interesting and have some good skill sets that I like to see more. I love David Harbaugh as, the Russian kind of Captain America, but I forget it's called It's called the Red something, I think. And get Florence Pugh in here, and some other just I kind of like the idea that we're getting these minor characters together in these not the big superheroes, but the kind of more minor characters in these superhero movies, even some that are villains, and they all actually have some cool powers and stuff, and it's definitely more, you know, more martial arts action kind of powers, you know, I think are going to be make for good action scenes and fight scenes. And so I'm kind of curious. I thought the trailer looked really good. I thought there looked like some pretty cool action scenes. So who knows? I might be, again, it's hard to hype up a Marvel movie nowadays because they've done so bad lately, except for Deadpool's good, but everything else is done pretty bad. So it's like, am I setting myself for failure? I hope not. But yeah, I still think Thunderbolts looks interesting. So I put number 6 here. Number 5, I put Ballerina. Which is a spin-off of the John Wick series. So if you know me, I love the John Wick series, except for the 4th movie I actually didn't like. But the first 3 I think are just some of the best action movies ever made. And I love the whole world building of this underground, whatever, and the secret assassin society, and they have their own money, and they have, you know, these secret hotels that they stay at. I don't know, and these rules, they have these secret rules that they have to abide by. I don't know. I love the whole world building of this assassin underground thing. And so here we're getting Ballerina, which I'm forgetting who's playing Ballerina. I should remember this, but I know it's a pretty good actress nowadays, a very popular actress playing this character. So it looks like another action. I haven't seen really anything about it except, you know, it's going to be a lot of John Wick style action. So, I mean, except a girl's the main character instead of John Wick. So it's like, yeah, if you can give me some action like John Wick, I'm interested. That's why I put here number 5, Ballerina, because I'm like, give me a good action movie like John Wick, and I'm right with you. So here's hoping for another good action movie like that. Number 4, I have Superman. Yeah, Superman probably number 1 on most people's list. Is this definitely made a big splash when the trailer came out. Like everybody was talking about that trailer. Like I saw so many YouTube videos of people reacting to the Superman trailer and lots of discussions. It's funny, everybody's discussing like the movie. It's like we don't really know anything about the movie. We just saw one trailer, a teaser trailer. So we don't really know the plot or anything. And I've always heard people say, oh, this looks terrible because, you know, Superman was beat up at the beginning. I'm like, come on. I mean, I thought it was cool. They show that Superman's like vulnerable. He's gonna have a hard, like the whole problem with Superman is he's so strong. It's like, how do you make a villain that could, you know, give Superman a challenge? And that's the hard part with the Superman series. Why I've been a bigger fan of Batman and like Spider-Man than I am Superman, because Superman just seems too overpowered as a character and not as interesting. But this trailer meant to look like he has a really huge challenge, like he almost dies and all that. And so, yeah, I thought it was a really good trailer, actually. It made me kind of more interested because it looked like a lot of different characters are in it. It feels like an epic kind of movie, not just a, you know, standalone Superman movie, but like we're bringing in all these other superheroes in it. So to me, it looked interesting enough that I'm definitely kind of interested in, and hopefully this does well because DC needs like a really good movie. And this kind of starts off the new DC with James Gunn. So they really want this to go off with a bang, because if they can make a really good Superman movie here, then this will help the DC. And I want these superhero movies to do well because I love superhero movies. So it's like we just need someone, you know, they need to get the right person behind it. And hopefully James Gunn is that person. And we can come up with some good Superman movies, some good Batman movies, and build a good DC universe here. So yeah, Superman number 4. Number 3, I've got the Karate Kid Legends. Yeah, man, I'm so kind of excited for this one. This is coming out early this year, I believe. And I'm a huge fan of Cobra Kai. It's one of my favorite TV shows of all time. And they're going to have 5 more episodes this next year as well in that series. And so, and you got Jackie Chan, my all-time favorite kung fu, you know, martial arts actor of all time. And so I love we're getting Jackie Chan, we're getting Daniel from the Karate Kid series here. Yeah, so it's very interesting that we're combining the Jackie Chan Karate Kid movie with the the Cobra Kai universe, I guess. And yeah, so right there, I'm just already kind of like, yep, you have my money. Here's my money. I want to see this as soon as I saw that first trailer. The action looks pretty good too. Of course, it's just a trailer, so maybe it's hard, it's easy to hype it up, but I thought the kid in there, some of the action sequences were really good. So I'm like, yeah, I want to see this movie. It's definitely number three. Obviously, like I said, these once we're getting to my top three here, these are movies I'm really, really looking forward to. So yeah, Karate Kid Legends, number three. Number two, I have Zootopia 2. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Zootopia. It's one of my favorite, all-time favorite Disney animation movies. I have it on Blu-ray, I believe now, and yeah, absolutely love that movie. Such great characters, very funny movie, but also a very well-written movie. Good world building, great story overall, and ending to it. And the two main characters, I absolutely love them, and Jason Bateman is so good as the Fox character. Definitely one of my favorite characters, and Flash. Flash, the what's it called? The really slow move, the sloth, and that's one of the all-time great scenes of all time. Anyway, so yeah, that was a while ago too. So interesting to come with Zootopia 2. It's like, again, I know nothing about this movie, but I love this world. I love these characters. So gosh, I hope they do a really good sequel here. It's hard to beat that first movie, so it's like it's possible. Like Moana 2 came out, and I haven't seen it yet. And all I'm hearing is Moana 2 is not nearly as good as Moana, and it's a bit of a disappointment. Though Moana 2 actually made a lot of money, so it's still doing well. And I think the Zootopia 2 is going to make a lot of money. I think there's a lot of fans that are going to go see this, including myself. And it could be disappointing. Like there's a part of me, I have this number two, so there's part of me, it's like I'm a little scared that, well, what if they just made this just to make money and don't really come up with a great story like Moana 2 looks like it is. That would really suck. I would hate for it to kind of ruin this franchise. Or whatever you want, the first movie. But still, man, I'm very hopeful that we get another great movie out of this universe anyway. So yeah, Zootopia 2 at number two. Number one, you should know what my number one is. This is always going to be my most anticipated movie. Every year this franchise comes out, and that is Mission Impossible: The Last Reckoning. Yeah, I've seen every single Mission Impossible in the movie theater. I saw the very first one when I was like back in what, 96. So I was like 12, 13 years old when I saw the first one. Yeah, I've seen every single one. The first two I'm not as crazy about, but Mission Impossible 3 onwards, man, this is one of the greatest action franchises of all time. Definitely top five, franchise for me. And Tom Cruise, man, he's just so good. He's in his 60s and he's still doing these crazy stunts, which is what's so fun about these. Not only the good action, but some of the best stunt work I've ever seen in a movie. And they're always upping the ante, it seems like. And Tom Cruise is trying to kill himself more and more every time. And it's real fun. I thought the last movie, The Dead Reckoning Part 1, was good. It was like in my top five favorite movies of, I think, last year, 2023. I say last year, I mean last year as of 2023. So yeah, I was definitely looking forward to this because this is kind of the second of a two-parter, and I'm guessing it's probably the last Mission Impossible movie. I think it's probably about time for Tom Cruise to end it because he's getting kind of old now, and I don't want him to keep making these movies and start making bad ones because he can't move anymore. It's like, man, just end on a good note, end on top. So if this is a good movie, I hope it's good. Hope Tom Cruise leaves this franchise on top and leaves it with such a lasting impression that it's like, yeah, this is maybe the greatest action franchise of all time. Yeah, really excited to see this again. I love these Mission Impossible movies, so always gonna love these. And yeah, so that's obviously by far my number one movie of the year. So yeah, so that's my 10. Be interested in what do you think about these 10 movies and any other movies you're anticipating. Definitely mention in the comments. I definitely will comment back, and I love reading the comments. And yeah, I think at the end of the year, I'll look at this list and see if any of these made my top 10 favorite movies. Be kind of curious. That'd be kind of fun. I haven't done this before. Did a video on my 10 most anticipated movies, so it'd be kind of fun to kind of compare and contrast anyways. So besides that, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for liking it. Thank you to all my subscribers for supporting the channel. I appreciate you all. Keep safe out there in this winter weather.